one of the things I hate the most about arguing with SJWs online? They always think they're morally correct in every single situation that they're in. Every single time I have an argument with an SJW, whether it actually be online or in real life, they always think that no matter what they say, they are morally correct, when they're not. Now, the same can be applied for people on the alt-right talking about how they want to save the white race and all that, but that's another video for another day. I can only handle so much spurging out in my comment section, believe me. Don't worry, alt-righters, you'll get your chance to call me a nigger. Just give me a few days to make a different video, okay? Instead, I want to put up with all the SJWs calling me a coon and an Uncle Tom and saying I don't care about minorities and women and people of colour, despite the fact I apparently am all of those things. I refuse to call myself a minority, but unfortunately that's the label that they slap onto me, so whatever. Now, I have had many confrontations with many different SJWs, one of them being one of my best friends, and one of them being world-renowned SJW Michael Rowland, who I'm pretty sure my subscribers know I'm not a big fan of. And every single time I argue with these people, they are constantly acting as though they are morally in the right. And I'm going to give some examples of when this has happened and when it's been really fucking wrong. So firstly, one of my best friends, I had an argument with her a few years ago now actually, where we were talking about the wage gap, and she lied to make her point. She explained to me that there was a kid in her uni class who was a boy and the only boy in the class, and he was getting free tuition for no reason other than he was male. Now obviously I questioned the fuck out of this because my skepticism bell started binging, and I ended up thinking, this cannot be correct. There's no way on God's earth that this is true. And yeah, it turns out that she was lying to me to prove a point about the wage gap actually existing. So she was acting morally correct, saying, I just want for women to get equal pay in every situation that they're in, but she was lying, which morally is wrong. I know there are grey areas with this, but in this situation, it was wrong because she was lying to prove her point. And when it comes to people like Michael Rowlands ended up trying to make me feel guilty for the fact that I didn't live in Africa and that my African family, I just don't give a shit about them because I'm so happy to be living in the UK, even though he has absolutely no idea of anything that my African family have gone through, or even my relationship with them. Now, I haven't wanted to go into this on the channel, but I do want to make a point because it's very evident to me that despite the fact I've invited him to come to my channel many times, Michael is not going to come on. I just want to make this very, very, very clear. The reason I'm happy I'm not living in Africa, other than the really obvious reasons, is the fact that my dad, ages ago, before I was born, before basically all of my siblings were born, had a child in Africa. My sister, and she died of AIDS when I was about 10 as well. She had a daughter and she had to give in to prostitution in order to actually feed her daughter, and ended up contracting AIDS, not being able to deal with it, and ended up dying. I can talk about this very calmly because I didn't know her. When I found out when I was 10, I was upset obviously because I didn't even know I had a sister in Africa, but I can talk about it like this now because I didn't know her. And one of the main reasons I'm happy I'm not living in Africa is because that would probably be what would happen to me. And I don't think I should feel bad for, you know, having those feelings. But Michael trying to explain to me that I'm oppressed so that he can help me because I'm a stupid, oppressed girl who just doesn't understand that she's oppressed, ended up insulting my family in Africa and me, and being very disrespectful towards me and my relationship with them. So in a way, he was trying to be morally correct, but he was actually being a complete cunt. This is the thing, right? Social justice as a whole is not inherently terrible. The idea of trying to get equality for everybody, that's not an inherently bad idea. And even feminism, to an extent, isn't inherently bad by nature. But the thing is, the implementation of it is terrible. Because feminism is not about equality, it is completely about trying to give women a leg up, and social justice is just about making people feel bad for doing things that are really stupid. Like, for example, a guy having a Hawaiian bobblehead on the dashboard of his car. Y'all remember that? The whole, oh my god, you're gonna be on Gawker video. Do you guys remember that from fucking ages ago? Because I do. It was fucking dumb. And people claiming that they've been sexually harassed by a guy making a dad joke, saying his name's humongous. This is what social justice has become. Martin Luther King would be turning in his fucking grave right about now. Look, some of the most racist and sexist people I've ever met are people claiming to be SJWs and feminists, claiming that they are morally superior because they're trying not to offend you, even though they're putting all women in a box, claiming that they can't think for themselves, and if they do think for themselves, that they are suffering from some kind of internalized misogyny, and any black person or person of colour that isn't a leftist are automatically a coon or an Uncle Tom, or they're stupid and too stupid to understand that they're oppressed. Or they're just sucking up to the white man, and same with women, they're just sucking up to men because they just want male attention. I mean, when you look at it like that, it's pretty fucking discriminatory and prejudiced to think like that, but it's how they think. It's all well and good trying not to offend people, that's completely fine to do, but at the same time, you cannot sit there and seriously act as though just because you claim to be a social justice warrior or a feminist, you're automatically a good person by default. You can be labelled something that's considered good and still be a bad person. And some of the most iconic pop feminists, like for example, Matt McGorry and Beyonce, people have said they are shitty people in real life. And you can tell Matt McGorry is a shitty person because he clearly doesn't give a fuck about what he's actually talking about. He's doing it so he can look good. That's literally the only reason. If he actually cared about feminism, he would not be trying to show on Instagram, hey look, I've just been reading this feminist book. He'd actually be implementing his feminism into real life and respecting the women's. But no, all he does is just say, hey look, I read Francesca Ramsey's book. Look how much of a feminist I am, guys. Somebody fuck me. But yeah guys, just wanted to do a quick rant. This is a very, very, very quick video, very quick rant. Just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm just sick of SJWs acting like they're inherently good people, because they're not by default. But yeah guys, I've been thinking about more things to rant about and actually get angry about, because I try and make videos on things that I can either laugh at or get legitimately annoyed about so that there's more passion in my videos. So if you have any ideas of anything you want me to rant about in the future, then just comment below and let me know. If you enjoyed the video, ask some sauce. If you didn't, comment below, let me know why. I'm pretty sure most of you are going to anyway. Mainly, probably I'm going to get complaints that the video is too short, so sorry about that. Bit busy and very hungry, desperate for food right now. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can become a patron, you can make a one-time donation, or you can visit my merch store. All the links for those are down below. And make sure you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and you join my Discord. All the links for those are down below too. And I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever the fuck I decide to make next. Try saying that 3 times in a row really fast, because it's becoming a tongue twister for me. But anyway guys, peace out. Bye!